Hello, welcome back to 1954 baseball with Payoff Pitch. The Milwaukee Braves are in Brooklyn to start a 3-game series with the Dodgers. They were able to win on Sunday, had an off day yesterday, so they have won 2 in a row and are 4-6 in their last 10. They are 2.5 games out of first place. The Dodgers, who are 8-2 in their last 10 and have won 5 in a row, are in first place. The Cubs lost a doubleheader to the Giants on Sunday, so they have dropped to second place, a half game behind. So going into the series, we are 2-5 versus the Dodgers so far. We are 1-1 here at Ebbets Field. So let's get to the field.
Replay Radio is live from Brooklyn.
Beautiful Ebbets Field. So Carl Erskine will be taking the mound for the Dodgers. He is 6-6 in 15 starts with a 4.53 ERA. However, he is 3-0 with a 1.44 ERA in June, so he has been hot as of late. Against the Braves, he has started 3 games, 2 no decisions, 1 win, with a 2.22 ERA. So he has fared pretty well versus the Braves thus far. So let's get to the desktop here. Leading off for the Braves will be Bill Bruton. He is hitting .310 with 2 home runs and 20 RBIs. He has been hot as of late. He has 18 stolen bases, only caught 3 times so far. So 3 is patient, 36 against the righty, and that's going to be a single. So Bill Bruton leads off the game with a base hit. He has a 5 steal, and we got a 3, so he's going to make the effort. Campanella has a 3 arm, so that would be C3. And that would be in the average, or normal, and he is gunned down. So Campanella throws him out 2-4, and that is the 4th caught stealing of the year for Bill Bruton. So he is gunned down 2-4, and that'll bring up Johnny Logan. He is batting .297, 5 homers, 29 RBIs, as you can see there. So 9 is in play, 63. That's a fly ball out to right field. Carfarillo grabs it for out number 1, or out number 2 rather. Eddie Matthews is batting .217 with 16 home runs, 44 RBIs. He is currently in a 2-month slump. He hit .192 in May, and so far in June he is only hitting .122. He started out the year with a .360 ERA in April, so he is in a 2-month slump. Would like to get out of that on this road trip. 4 is Wheelhouse, 35, and that is gone. So that'll be the 17th home run of the year for Eddie Matthews. That's the first home run he has hit in quite a few games. Matthews hits home run number 17. I used the doubles, so that would be right down the line right down the right field line, so just over the scoreboard. And he is put the Braves up 1-0. So that'll bring up Joe Adcock, who is leading the team. Him and O'Connell are tied at 345. He has 10 home runs, 49 RBIs. He is having a very good year. That's Patient, 89. And that's going to be a ground out to Reese at shortstop. Pee Wee tosses it to first to retire the side. So that's 1 run on 2 base hits, no errors, nobody left. So that caught stealing cost us a run. I'll bring up Jim Wilson. We're getting the start today for the Braves. He is 4-5 with a 4.15 ERA, or 4.14 ERA rather. He's had 1 start against the Dodgers and no decision with an 8.10 ERA, so he did not fare well in that 1 start he had versus the Dodgers. Jim Gilliam will lead off, second baseman for Brooklyn. He is hitting .252, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs, only 4 out of 11 in stolen bases. He was 8 and caught 7 in real life. So that's tough, 35, and that's going to be a single. So Gilliam leads off with a single. He's a 3D on his stealing, so he will not be going anywhere. That brings up Pee Wee Reese. He's got a 10 and 12 on sacrifice bunts, and we got a 6 there. So I think you use the same one. I think that's why they have the sacrifice numbers higher and the stolen base ones lower. So that way you can use the same roll. So he will be hitting away. Let's see, Gilliam is a D stealer, so I think we'll forego the hit and run. We have Eddie Matthews in at third, expecting a possible bunt. 7 is in play, 14, and that's going to be a single. A hard grounder into left field. The runner on first has the opportunity to try for third. Aaron has a 6 arm, and Gilliam runs 8. But early on, let's make that, we'll play it safe here. So the Dodgers start off the game with back-to-back singles, which is not very good when you have Duke Snyder, Jackie Robinson, Roy Campanella, Gil Hodges, and Carl Furillo due up next. So Duke Snyder is hitting a robust .395. He has 14 home runs and 50 RBIs. He does have a 12 on sacrifice bunts, and he rolled a 7, so he will not be going anywhere. So Jim Wilson in trouble early, seeing if he can. The Braves will be at double play depth. 7 is in play, 98, and that will be a fly ball out to right field. See, in play, the runners don't have the opportunity to advance. So Wilson gets the first out, and it doesn't get any easier as Jackie Robinson steps up. He's hitting .361, 9 home runs and 41 RBIs. I got to say, this 50s Brooklyn Dodgers team are just incredible. I mean, just one great hitter after another. No wonder miracle they didn't win more World Series than they did. So that's an in play, 86, and that's going to be a ground ball to short. Robinson's double play rating is 9. Wilson's is 8. We rolled an 8. So Jackie Robinson hit into a 6-4-3 double play. So he hit that one hard, but right at Logan. And that is the 7th time that Robinson has hit into a double play this year. So Pee Wee is out 6-4 for out number 2. 6-4-3 on the double play. Out number 3. And what did I say? 6th time? 7th time. So that is the 7th time Robinson hit into a double play. So Jim Wilson was able to wiggle out of that one. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 1 on. So after 1 inning, the Braves are leading 1-0. So the last matchup between these two teams was last week in Milwaukee, and the Dodgers swept the 3-game series. So now we stand at 2-5 versus them. So Carl Erskine will face Andy Pafko, the former Dodger and Cub. He has been mired in a slump all year long. He is hitting .214 with 3 home runs, 22 RBIs. He did have a 2-run double in Sunday's victory over Curt Simmons and the Phillies. So 9 is in play. 42 is going to be out of range, and that's a ground ball back to the pitcher. Carl Erskine underhands it to Hodges. 1 out here in the 2nd. Hank Aaron, in his rookie season, is hitting .262, 5 home runs and 25 RBIs. He gets an in-play 99, and that'll be a fly ball out to Robinson in left field. Jackie takes a few steps to his right, puts it away for out number 2. Del Crandall, Milwaukee catcher, is at .209, 10 home runs, 27 RBIs. Brooklyn is only 10-11 at home. They are 24-15 on the road. Back in the 50s, they had extremely long road trips and homestands. So the Braves are 19-18 at home and only 11-9 on the road. So they have spent most of their time at home, and the Dodgers have spent most of their time on the road, but at 24-15 have done very well while they were out. And that's a wheelhouse for Crandall, 18, and that is gone. That's a line drive into the alley, so it's over to left center field. And a line drive, and that one gets out of here in a hurry. So that's home run number 11. The 2nd of the day for the Braves. The Braves go up 2-0. That's the 15th home run of the season given up by Carl Erskine in 117 innings. So that brings up Danny O'Connell, who's having a great June. He's hitting .396 in June, which is 4th best in the National League. He's hitting .345 for the year. So he gets a tough 81. And that will be a fly out to center field for out number 3. So the Braves are able to muster another run on a solo home run. For out number 3, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. Braves up 2-0. Jim Wilson will face Roy Campanella, who had an off year this year. He hit .207, 19 home runs, and 397 at-bats in real life. However, in the replay, he's doing a bit better at .251, 13 home runs, 32 RBIs. A .317 on base percentage, which is better than his .285 that he had in real life. 8 is in play, 73, and that will be a fly ball. Bruton races in and grabs it for out number 1. Gil Hodges, .345, 18 home runs, which is good for 2nd in the league, 58 RBIs. Hank Sauer of the Chicago Cubs is leading the National League with 21 home runs. So we have a tough 85. And Hodges is able to bounce it to Logan. Logan retrieves it, fires to Adcock for out number 2. Carl Furillo, another 300 average. He's hitting 304 with 8 homers and 39 runs batted in. 23 walks and only 7 strikeouts in 217 innings. He only had 35 in real life, so that is pretty amazing. You don't see those kind of numbers these days. So he is up with 2 away, the right-hander versus the right-handed Wilson. 8 is in play. 17, and that will be a single. Grounder up the middle, and that will scoot through into center field. Bill Bruton will toss it back in to Logan at short, and Furillo gets the 3rd Dodger hit today. Let's see, he is a 3F on his stealing. We have an 8, so he will not be attempting. And that brings up Billy Cox. He is only hitting 180 and 89 at bats. He does have a couple of home runs. That's a defense check. We will check the error rating of Joe Adcock, who had 2 errors in Saturday's game. He is a 4. So here at Ebbets Field, 1-37 will be an error. And that's a 92, so he makes the out. And the out for the infielder will be a ground ball. So we got a 3, so he will field it. Underhand it to Wilson, who's covering the bag. And that will retire the Dodgers in the 2nd. They got no runs on a hit, 1 runner left, and after 2 complete, 2-0 Milwaukee. Jim Wilson will lead off things here for the Braves in the top of the 3rd. So far he is hitting at a 304 clip. He only hit 159 in real life in the season, so I imagine that he will not continue that pace. But we've enjoyed it while it's lasted. 8 is tough, 60. And again, he has his own card, which is, I like that about the 54 set. But that will be a strikeout swinging. So Carl Erskine fools him and gets his first strikeout of the day. Bill Bruton singled and was caught stealing to lead off the game. Six is tough. We got an 88, and that will be a ground ball to Junior Gilliam at second base, and he will throw him out for out number 2. Johnny Logan, he flied out to Carl Furillo in his first plate appearance. That's a tough 68. And that's going to be a ground ball to Junior Gilliam as well. So the Braves go down 1-2-3 in the 3rd. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Carl Erskine will lead things off for the Dodgers. He is hitting 205 and 44 at bats with an RBI. Again, he has his own hitter's card. So we got a tough 29. And that will be a strikeout swinging. So he goes down for the 14th time of the year. 1 away. Jim Gilliam singled and was stranded at second base in his first bat. 8 is in play, 16, and that will be a single. Sharp liner into center field over the head of Wilson. Bruton grabs it on a couple of hops and throws it back to the infield. So Jim Gilliam has his second hit of the game. Raised his average up to 258. See, he has a 3, And Pee Wee Reese is going to try the hit and run here. So the Braves infield is at halfway depth for the double play. So 3 is wheelhouse. So anytime you get in wheelhouse on, you go here, and that's a 3. So that's going to be a bases clearing double. So the hit and run works for the Dodgers. That would be Pee Wee Reese's 19th double of the season. And that puts them on the board. So Gilliam is able to score all the way. And that's a drive into center field that one hops the wall. So he hit it over the head of Bruton. And he gets a double, his 28th run batted in of the season. And so he is at second base. He's a 3, so he needs snake eyes in order for him to try to steal third, which we didn't get. And that brings up Duke Snyder. As you notice, Duke Snyder is the only left-handed hitter in the lineup, so you try to avoid lefties, and unfortunately our best pitcher, Warren Spahn, is a lefty. He will be going in tomorrow's game, but favor the righties against these Dodgers. That's why we started Jim Wilson. So 7 is in play, 12, and that's going to be another single. That's a line drive into left field. The runner on second will score. So the Dodgers have tied it up. Duke Snyder gets his 51st run batted in of the year. And the Dodgers tie it up here in the 3rd inning. So he's a 3, so he will not be trying to steal. With 1 out, Jackie Robinson is up. The Braves are looking for a double play to get out of this inning. Dodgers have 6 hits so far, so Wilson is struggling a bit. That's wheelhouse, 63 against a righty. So thankfully, that's just out of his range. That will be a ground ball to O'Connell at second base, and we rolled a 3. And 8 and 9 are the double play ratings, so Jackie Robinson has hit into his 2nd double play of the game. That goes 4 to 6 to 3. And that was a very needed one. So that will be the 8th time this season that Jackie Robinson has hit into a double play. Number 3, but the Dodgers do get 2 runs on 3 base hits, no errors, nobody left. Put down 2 double plays for Jackie Robinson, 8 for the season. And we are a 3rd through this game, tied 2 to 2. So Carl Erskine, we'll see if he can hold the Braves now that he has got an even game again. And Eddie Matthews will lead off, who hit his 17th home run down the right field line in the 1st. So that's a defense check. We will be checking the error rating of Cox at 3rd base, who is a 3. So 1 to 48 will be an error for Cox. He gets a 66, so he's going to be able to make the play. And that will be a ground ball. So he will field it cleanly and gun it to Hodges. Matthews goes the other way, but is retired nonetheless. Guess they didn't have the shift on him. Joe Adcock, he grounded out to end the 1st inning to Pee Wee Reese at shortstop. So we get a 6, which is tough. 17, and that's going to be a strikeout swinging. So Adcock goes down for the 21st time of the year. And quickly, Erskine has retired the first couple Braves that he has faced. And now bring up Andy Pafko. He grounded out to the pitcher to continue his season woes. So we got a 3, which is patient, and that'll be a 12. And so Andy Pafko is able to hold out for the walk. He has a 3, but he's an F, so I'm not going to have him go. So we'll have him hold out at First base, manager's decision. Hank Aaron, he flied out to Jackie Robinson in left field back in the second. So 11 is ballpark. We have an 07, and that is in his wheelhouse. Righties especially have a 1-66 there, as you can see. So for righties, this is a hitter's ballpark. So 1-54, Hank Aaron will do something good here. And he gets a 72. So he gets his pitch, but he's not able to do anything with it. So he gets under it, hits a deep fly ball to center field. Snyder back to the wall, and he grabs it. So that will retire the side. Hank would like to have that pitch back. So no runs, no hits, no errors, one runner left. And Carl Erskine is able to blank the Braves for the second inning in a row. So 5, 6, and 7 will be up here in the Dodger fourth. Roy Campanella flied out his first at bat. 8 is in play, 74, and that will be a hit out to center field. Bruton takes a few steps to his right and grabs it for out number ones. He has retired Campanella twice today. Gil Hodges will step up. He grounded out to shortstop in the second inning. So we got a wheelhouse. That's not good for Hodges. 32. It's gone. So that's a line drive into the alley in left center field. And that one is hit on a line, and it is gone. Another one of those that got out of here in a hurry. So that is home run number 19 for Gil Hodges. He drives in his 59th RBI of the season. So the Dodgers go up 3-2. Carl Furillo singled his first at bat. So we got a tough 41, and that's going to be a single. So Wilson throws a good pitch, but Furillo hits a hard grounder in between Matthews and Logan. Neither one of them is able to reach it, and he will be on first with a one-out single. Billy Cox will step up. He's bounced out to first base. The Braves at halfway depth in the infield, looking for the double play. So that's an in-play 41. And that will be a ground ball back to the pitcher. With the 11, that will be just a fielder's choice. So it's a slow roller. Wilson jumps off the mound. His only play is to first base. So Carl Furillo will make it to second. Billy Cox is the second out of the inning. And Carl Erskine, the pitcher. He struck out swinging in his first at bat. Wilson looking to keep the Dodgers from any more damage. So that's tough, 32. And he goes down swinging for the second time of the day. So the Dodgers take the lead on a Gil Hodges home run. We go to the top of the fifth, 3-2 Dodgers. Bottom of the lineup, due up for the Braves. Dale Crandall hit his 11th home run in the second inning to give at the time a 2-0 lead. But since then, the Dodgers have creeped back into the lead with 3 runs in the last couple innings. 6 is tough, 27, and Crandall will go down swinging. Looked bad on that pitch after the home run. Danny O'Connell flied out to end the second. Tough, 92, and that's going to be a ground ball to shortstop, so he's not able to do much with that one. Grounds it out to Pee Wee Reese, who throws to first for out number 2. it looks like after the first couple innings, Carl Erskine has settled down here. Again, he has had pretty good success versus the Braves this year in 3 starts. Jim Wilson struck out looking. His first at bat. We have an in play 35. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the pitcher. Erskine walks it over to first and underhands to Hodges. And that will be the end of the Braves here in the 5th. Top of the order coming up for the Dodgers here in their half of the 5th inning. Jim Gilliam is 2 for 2, 2 singles, and has scored a run. Wilson looks in for the pitch, or the sign. We have a defense check. That will be the range of the shortstop. Logan is a B. So 1 to 34 will be a hit. He gets a 56, so that's going to be an out for the infielder as a ground ball. So Logan is able to range far to his right, sets and throws, and gets him. So good play by Johnny Logan. Pee Wee Reese has singled and doubled, driven in his 28th run of the year. Seven is in play, 54, and that will be a ground ball to Adcock, close to the bag. He is able to take it to the bag himself. So Pee Wee goes the other way, but Adcock is there to retrieve it. And with 2 away, with nobody on, the way you like Duke Schneider to come to bat. So Duke has singled in a run in a couple plate appearances. He's got 51 RBIs for the season. That's a tough 65. And that's going to be a single. So Wilson throws him a good pitch, but Snyder is able to line it into center field for his second hit of the day. And that puts his average at 400 for the season. He is leading the National League in that department. He hit about 330 in real life, so he is having a good start. So he's got a 3D on his steal rating, so he will not be going anywhere. Jackie Robinson has grounded into 2 double plays so far to the thankful Jim Wilson. So he got a tough 76 this time. And he hits it in the air. Out to Bill Bruton. And he will snag it to retire the side. So Wilson is able to keep the Dodgers off the board this inning. They got 1 hit, leave 1. And it is still 3-2. Dodgers. So the Braves will come up with the top of the order here in the top of the 6th. They've only been able to muster 3 hits and 1 walk in 5 innings against Carl Erskine. Bill Bruton is singled and grounded out. We have a ballpark check, 21. That will be in the wheelhouse for Bruton. So 1 to 41, he will be able to get on base. And he gets a 40, so he lines a single the opposite way to left field over the head of Reese. Jackie Robinson will toss it back in, and Bruton is on with a leadoff single in the 6th. So he's a 5C, got an 11, so he will not able to get the lead. We got Logan due up. Logan's a good bunter. He had 15 sacrifice hits. The Dodgers have Billy Cox in at third base. Tough to know what to do here. I think I'm going to let Logan hit away. See what he can do. So 6 is tough, 97. And that will be a fly ball out to left field, so not able to do much. Good pitch from Carl Erskine. bring Eddie Matthews to the plate. He has homered and grounded out. Dodgers at double play depth. We have a patient 22, and that will be a walk. Eddie Matthews is leading the National Leagues in walks and in strikeouts, incidentally. He does walk a lot. So that'll give Joe Adcock an opportunity. Had an awesome game on Saturday. 7 RBIs and 5 hits, 3 doubles and a home run against Robin Roberts and the Phillies. He's 0 for 2 today, however. Dodgers still at double play depth. So we got a patient 54, and that's just out of his reach. That's a ground ball to Billy Cox at third base, and that's good enough for the double play. So that's 5-4-3. And that will be a rally killer. That would be the 7th time that Joe Adcock has bounced into a double play this season. So 5-4. So that one hurts. Had a rally going there. So double play number 7. So no runs on a hit. And they leave 1. Only left 2 runners on because we're not getting very many. So big clutch double play there for Erskine and the Dodgers. Dodger catcher Roy Campanella will lead off things. He's flied out to Bill Bruton in center twice. So 6 is tough, 80. And that's going to be a ground ball to Logan at short. And he is able to retire Campanella for out number 1. Gil Hodges hit his 19th home run of the season last time up. Grounded out to Johnny Logan the other time. 5 is tough, 47. And that will be a strikeout swinging. So Hodges goes down for just the 28th time this year. That's the 3rd strikeout of the day for Jim Wilson. And that'll bring up Carl Furillo, who's 2 for 2. 32-year-old veteran. He gets an in-play 92, and that's going to be a fly ball out to Hank Aaron in left field, and he will grab it to retire the side. So the Dodgers go down in order in the 6th. They still hold on to a 1-run lead, and we will go to the top of the 7th. Andy Pafko, the Wisconsin native, appreciative of the opportunity to play in his home state. However, it's not having that great of a season. He has walked and grounded out to the pitcher. So he gets a tough 10, and he strikes out swinging. So Erskine fools him on that one. And that will be the 4th strikeout today, 97th of the season for Carl Erskine. Hank Aaron is 0 for 2, is flied out twice. 10 is in play, 61. That's going to be a ground ball to Gilliam at second base. He moves toward first base and throws him out. Out number 2. Del Crandall has homered and struck out swinging. So he gets in play 31. And that's going to be a pop out to Billy Cox. He waves off Pee Wee Reese and puts it away to end the inning. And the Braves go down in order. So Carl Erskine is pitching another good game versus the Braves, as he has done this year so far. This is his 4th start against them, and as we've said, he is 1-0 with a 2.22 ERA against them, and he is improving on that today. So Jim Wilson is fatigued. So his fatigue inning is 7, and we are in the 7th, and he's already given up 3 runs. So we will see. We need to get somebody else here to relieve. We'll go with Ray Crone. So Wilson is done for today. We'll see if we can get 1 inning out of Crone, because the pitcher is due up second next inning. There's Ray Crone. So Ray Crone is 3-0 with a 5.54 ERA in 13 innings. You can see his stats there. He will face the Dodger number 8 hitter. Put him in the book. Right-hander. So he will start off with Billy Cox, who's grounded out twice. So we get an 11, which is ballpark 65, and that will be in Billy Cox's wheelhouse. Again, this park favors righties pretty well. And that is gone. So Billy Cox hits a looping liner the other way, and just enough to get out of here. That is his 3rd home run of the season. He only had 2 in real life, so he is outperforming himself here, and the Dodgers get an important 2nd run. Home run number 3 for Cox. That's his 10th RBI. And Crone is not doing his job. That's the 5th home run he's given up this year, and only 13 innings of work. So that will be tough, 74. And Carl Erskine will go down looking. Out number 1. Second baseman Jim Gilliam is 2 for 3. He gets a tough 95, and that will be a fly ball out to Andy Pafko for out number 2. Braves are needing to have a good series here in Brooklyn. I know we're just in the middle of June, but these Dodgers are tough, and you don't want to lose an opportunity at head-to-head contest. So Pee Wee Reese is doubled, singled, and driven in a run. So he gets a tough 31, and he will go down swinging. So Crone is able to strike out 2 of the 3 batters he faced this inning, but not before Billy Cox hits his 3rd home run of the year to give the Dodgers a 2-run lead. We go to the top of the 8th. Dodgers up by 2. They have 10 hits on the day to the Braves 4. So Carl Erskine is past his fatigue rating, which was 7, but he's only given up 2 runs, so he's able to continue. So Danny O'Connell is 0 for 2 today. He gets a patient 21, and he is able to coax the walk. So he leads off. That'll bring up the pitcher spot. The Braves will go to their bullpen or their bench, and will look to Catfish Metkovich. Catfish Metkovich is hitting .378, no home runs and 6 RBIs and 37 at-bats here in limited play. Dodgers are going to hang out with Erskine to see if he can get a little further. He had 12 complete games and 37 starts. So we got a tough 07, and Metkovich goes down swinging. So Erskine disposes of Metkovich in short order. Out number 1. That'll bring up Bill Bruton, who's 2 for 3 today. Now's the time to make some hay. We've got the heart of the Milwaukee lineup coming up. So we got a patient 72, and we got a good result, but a bad roll. So that will be a ground ball to shortstop. And unfortunately, with the 3 there, that's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. That one really hurt. So that he hit a bullet, but unfortunately right at Reese. And that will end the inning. So that would be the 3rd double play the Braves have hit into today. And that's not helped them at all. Let's see. That is the first double play of the year hit into by Bruton. So Braves will go to their bullpen after having pinch hit for Crone. Got a 4-run lead here, bottom of the 8th. Let's go with Ernie Johnson. Ernie Johnson hasn't played a lot. He's 1-2. He has 2 saves. He has a 6.06 ERA. He had a 2.81 ERA in real life, so he is underperforming a bit. So he will face 3, 4, and 5. He's the righty, so he will face Duke Schneider leading off. The Duke is 2 for 3 with an RBI. And that will be a tough 79 versus the right-handed pitcher. Will be a fly ball to center field. Bruton is able to track it down. 1 away. Jackie Robinson is 0 for 3, hitting the 2 double plays. He gets a ballpark 73. He's a righty, so thankfully that's out of the wheelhouse just barely. So he will be in the in play, which is 1-27 for him, and he gets a 21. That's going to be a hard grounder into left field past a diving Matthews. And Jackie Robinson gets his first hit of the day. Roy Campanella is 0 for 3. Braves looking for the double play. I see Robinson, he has a 4B steal rating, and we have a 9, so he's going to hold tight. Not able to get the lead. We have an in play 64. That's going to be a ground ball to O'Connell at second. We have a 10, so that's going to be a fielder's choice. So O'Connell tosses it to Logan. Jackie Robinson takes out Logan, and he's not able to get the throw on to first. Breaks up the double play there in good 1950s baseball fashion. So the 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th. Campanella is a 3F, so he will not be going anywhere with Gil Hodges. 1 for 3 with a home run. Having an amazing year like many of these Dodger hitters. 6 is tough, 68. And that's just out of the single range there. And that will be a ground ball to second base. O'Connell goes to his right. Underhands it to Logan at second for the 3rd out of the inning. Last chance here for the Braves. We go to the top of the 9th. They are down by 2. Carl Erskine will come back to the mound to see if he can finish things off here for the Dodgers. He has 2, 3, and 4, so the Dodgers have their good part of their lineup up. And here we go. So Johnny Logan will lead off. He is 0 for 3 today. Still sporting a 293 average, 352 on base percentage. We have a patient 44 versus the right-handed throwing Erskine, and that will be a blooped single into right field, so just out of the outstretched glove of Gilliam. And Johnny Logan keeps the Braves' hopes alive with a leadoff single. So he is a 3A. I would take the steal if he could have got it, but we have a 7, so he's not able to get the lead. And that'll bring up Eddie Matthews. So the Dodgers are at double play depth. Eddie Matthews is homered, walked, and grounded out. Obviously dangerous hitter here. Carl Erskine trying to pitch him carefully. We get a ballpark 36. That is in his wheelhouse. So 1 to 84. And Eddie Matthews will have his second home run of the day. 74, and it is gone. Deep drive off the left field. So Matthews goes the opposite way and hits it a mile. Only thing Jackie Robinson can do is look at it. And it is out of here. Big clutch hit for Eddie Matthews as he drives in. His 46th and 47th runs of the year. And he gets his 18th home run of the season. Big day for Eddie Matthews, and we are all tied up. So that'll be it for Erskine. Walter Austin will go to his bullpen. Looks like Jim Hughes is their main reliever, so we will bring him in to see what he can do to stop the bleeding. So far, Jim Hughes is 1-2 with 6 saves. He has a 3.86 ERA in 23 innings. So we will get his card here if we can find him. So he will start things off with Joe Adcock. The Braves have 2 runs and no outs. So Jim Hughes. So Carl Erskine's not able to close the deal. And he will Jim Hughes will see if he can stop the damage. Joe Adcock has had a rough day. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout and a double play hit into. So that is tough, 46. And that is going to be a triple. That's a liner into left center field. Robinson's not able to cut it off. Joe Adcock will get his first triple of the season as he slides into third. Cox applies the tag, but he is safe. So Joe Adcock with a big triple. All right, so the Braves are in business. So that'll bring up Andy Pafko, who is 0 for 2 with a walk today. Would like to do some damage against his former club. With no outs, runner on third, they will bring the infield in to see if they can cut off Adcock at the plate. So we got a patient 34, and that will be a single. So that's a opposite field liner into right field over the head of Gilliam. Perillo will throw it back in, and Adcock will score easily. So how about that? Andy Pafko puts the Braves ahead as he drives in his 23rd RBI of the season. And the Braves have exploded for 3 runs and still have nobody out. Hank Aaron, the 20-year-old rookie, will step in. Dodgers at halfway depth here. He's a good bunter. Would like to get another run. And we'll let him hit away. We have hit into 3 double plays today. So that's patient 28. And he will connect. Soft blooper into short left field. So he didn't get all of it, but enough. And it'll land in front of Robinson. Let's see. The runner on first will advance 2 bases. So Pafko is able to hustle and make it to third. And the Braves rally continues. So Del Crandall. So they're up 5-4. The Dodgers have the infield in again with runners on first and third. Nobody out yet. Del Crandall has homered in 3 plate appearances. And we get an 8, which is patient 77. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Let's see, on patient. That's where you have the coach's option. Snyder's arm is a 7. And Pafko runs at 7. So do we try? Yep, he's gonna go for it. So 1-7, he's safe. Other than that, Snyder nails him. And 12, and he is gunned down. So that's a double play as Crandall flies to center for out number 1. Pafko is gunned down at the plate, 8-2 for out number 2. See, I do a special rule that if they throw to the plate, I do a one of the D9 or the 10-sided dice, and if it's under his rating, he's able to go to second on the throw. So 8. So he isn't. So Aaron will hold it first, and that stinks. So Crandall flies out to center field. He holds. He is out at the plate. And there you have it. Fly out double play, 8-2. So Danny O'Connell will come up with 2 outs. So that's a big break for the Dodgers. Perhaps we should have held Pafko at third base. So Danny O'Connell, he gets a tough 62. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Furillo in right field to end the inning. Well, so the Braves are able to get 3 runs on 5 base hits. There were no errors, and they left 1 on base. So we do take the lead. So we go to the bottom of the 9th with a 1-run lead. So Ernie Johnson is along. So we'll let him start out here. He was one of the Braves' main relievers, and Carl Furillo will lead off things here in the bottom of the 9th. Carl Furillo is 2 for 3. So we got a tough 93, and that will be a fly ball, harmless fly ball out to Hank Aaron in left field, and he squeezes it for out number 1. Billy Cox. He has homered in 3 at-bats. His 3rd home run of the year, 10th RBI. So that's tough. 83. And that's going to be a ground ball to shortstop. Logan fields it cleanly. Fires on to Adcock for out number 2. So Ernie Johnson retires the first 2 Dodgers he faces, and Walter Austin will go to his bench, and he will select Sandy Amoros. The pinch hit here. Sandy Amoros, left-handed batter, versus Ernie Johnson, the righty. Get him in the scorebook here, pinch hitting. So Amoros is hitting .226, no home runs and 8 RBIs and 62 at bats. He hit .274 with 9 homers in real life. So here we go. 8 is patient, 50, and that's going to be a single. So that's a soft blooper into right field. That will land in front of Pafko. And Sandy Amoros keeps the Brooklyn hopes alive. Let's see, he is a 3F, so he's not going to try to steal. He's a 7 runner, though, so he will be good enough to leave at first. Jim Gilliam is 2 for 4. Ernie Johnson looking to slam the door here on the Dodgers. 7 is tough, 0-6, and he strikes him out looking. Fantastic pitch on the outside corner, and that will do it. So an exciting game here in Brooklyn. Dodgers go down 4-5 as Milwaukee notches a fantastic come-from-behind win. Very much needed win. So we came into the game. Let me switch here to the. So Ernie Johnson will pick up the win. He goes to 2-2. Jim Hughes will get the loss at 1-3. The MVP is Eddie Matthews, who had 2 home runs on the day. Let's see. I believe we can finish out something. I'm not doing anybody in the American League in this one, so we'll do that. So the Reds are at the Dodgers, or at the Giants, and the Giants are starting to come around. They swept the Cubs the last 3 games, and they beat the Reds today 7-0 behind former Brave Johnny Antonelli. Let's see. Chicago is 43-16 in the American League, just for what it's worth. So St. Louis is able to beat Philadelphia 6-3. So let's go to. So that puts us a game and a half behind Brooklyn, who are tied with Chicago at 34-27. So that's an important win. And tomorrow we will face the Dodgers again on Wednesday the 16th. We will have Warren Spahn on the hill. And he will be facing Russ Meyer, who is 6-4. So hope you enjoyed that. Exciting Milwaukee Braves baseball as they are able to win the first game here in Brooklyn by a final score of 5-4. See you next time.